Hello everyone and welcome to the Xbox Developer Direct. We are just 10 seconds away here. Should be a good one. We know we are seeing Doom the Dark Ages, we know we are seeing Expedition 33, we know we are seeing South of Midnight, and there is one more thing which they haven't announced, but they said it will be from a legendary Japanese franchise, I believe the wording was. So I'm very curious what they would consider legendary, because personally, there's only a few things that I would consider legendary Japanese franchises. Like, it's not a long list. I feel like you have to be pretty special to get the legendary title. So, we'll see. We'll see. There's a few things it could be, like Resident Evil 9, perhaps. I'd say Resident Evil's probably earned the legendary franchise status. Obviously Final Fantasy, but I don't think they'd have a Final Fantasy announcement here. Dragon Quest, maybe. It's been a while since we've heard anything about Dragon Quest 12. But also, because they already announced that, I don't know if that would be considered like a new announcement here, so I don't know, there's probably a bunch of other things that I'm not thinking of as well that it could be, but I'm curious. I'm curious to see what that one is going to be. I'm also very jaded with Microsoft, so them doing all this is, this, like, I don't know what you'd call it, like a puff piece. Like, yeah, Xbox is this big happy family, and it's like, you just laid off, like, 2,000 people. Very cool. And then last year, you also laid off another 2,000 people. Very cool. It's like, I don't know, I've completely lost any faith in Phil Spencer's decision-making in terms of, like, making Xbox a good place for developers to work, or anything like that, so that kind of fluff entrance does not really do anything for me anymore, but hey, what are we starting with? What are they going to go with first? Team Ninja. Okay. So they're starting off with the special legendary franchise?
こんにちは、超えてくもゲームズチーム忍者の安田文彦です。今日は皆様にチーム忍者が長く大切にしてきたアクションシリーズの新情報を発表できる機会をいただけてとても嬉しく思います。早速ですが、こちらをご覧ください。
Okay, well, Team Ninja does not in fact make Resident Evil. I'm trying to remember what Team Ninja does make. It's
several years ago,
slipped from my mind, apparently.
The Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods, wreaked havoc across the world. The plot was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a sole ninja. However, the Dark Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of cursed rain.
That looks cool.
The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos.
I'm sure I must know what this franchise is, but
infiltrated the facility.
My brain has gone blank.
Mission.
Platinum as well. Hello. Cool. I'm surprised they're not ending with this. This looks sick. This does look pretty sick. This would have been a good closer. I guess that means they're closing with Doom. Has to mean they're closing with Doom, right? Because South of Midnight is definitely not like the big finale type of game. It's like, it's cool, but it's not the wow factor. And Expedition 33 is what I'm most excited for, but it's not first party, so I doubt they'd close the Xbox Direct with it. But then I guess that would also be an argument for this not closing, so.
Ryu Hayabusa.
I recognize the name, I just cannot think of the franchise. But I recognize the name, I'm sure. It's definitely not a franchise I've actually played myself, but...
Back off, Hayabusa. I will execute my mission.
Whoa, that looks dope. Ninja Gaiden, that's the fucking name. I did know that. But yeah, I've never played the franchise, but
世
yeah,
界
that
中
looks
の町
cool.
人の皆さん、10年以上大
That
変
looks
お
cool.
待たせし
After
ま
more
した
than 10 years,
最
really.
強の忍者とな
I
り
mean, I guess
容
that's
赦
why
な
it
く襲い来
wasn't
る敵
in my
に挑
head.
むハイスピードアクション忍者ガイデンのナンバリング最新
That
作
does
として
make
忍
sense
者ガイデン4
why
を
my
発
brain
表させ
had
ていただきました
forgotten.
本作はプラチナゲームズさんとの協業で開発を進めています。プラチナゲームズさんのアクション
Would
ゲ
I
ーム
call
と
that
いう名
legendary?
の
I guess I
実績
personally
は
wouldn't because I don't really know much about it.
ベヨネッタやニアオートマタ
But,
など
I
素晴
guess
らしい
other
アクション
people do.
タイトルを生み出してこられました。忍者ガイデン4というタイトルを10年以上の時を超えて新たに皆様にお届けするにあたり、より多くの方に新鮮な気持ちでプレイしていただけるよう、新たな世界を新主人公であるもう一人の町人ヤクモで冒険するという形で制作することにしました。先ほどご覧いただいた映像の中で竜はやぶさも登場しておりましたが、彼は今回も物語に密接に関わってきます。なぜヤクモと戦うことになったのか、竜はやぶさが戦う目的は何なのか、本作の物語の中で展開していきます。
任務は必ず成し遂げる。邪魔をするな。
物語は黒竜がもたらした正気な雨に
That
よっ
looks
て
really cool.
荒廃した首都東京が舞台となっています。この雨は黒竜がまだ生きている証であり、雨が止まない限り東京に安寧は訪れません。今作の新主人公であり、はやぶさと対をなすカラス一門に所属するヤクモが首都東京で黒竜を倒し、この世界を晴らすため戦いに身を投じます。
これまで忍者ガイデンシリーズで描かれてきたダークでハードな世界観は継承し、そこにさらに危機を感じさせる要素として呪いやより混沌とした景観のデザインを取り入れています。ステージプレイ中に街が呪いの影響を受け、ビルは崩れ、道は歪み、ヤクモをピンチに陥れることでしょう。舞台となる東京はとある出来事によって街全体が崩壊し、
A certain incident.
魔族やヤクモと敵対する勢力がひしめき合う状態になっており、環境全体がプレイヤーに牙を向くように感じられるはずです。前作より立体的に自由度の増した危険に満ちたステージを忍具やシリ
Bro
ー
is
ズおなじみの
ricocheting.
体術など忍者アクションを駆使して乗り越えていくことになります。
Ooh. Had a
レールア
little
クション
grapple
スイ
swing
ングア
there.
クションなどの
Love
ダ
a
イナミック
grapple
で爽
swing.
快なシチュエーションを多く追加しました。これら以外にも様々なシチュエーションやチャレンジ、隠されたアイテムなどを用意しており、ステージが進むごとに上がっていくテンションにも驚いていただけると思います。
新しい主人公のヤクモは竜はやぶさに次ぐ新たな町人です。彼にはまだ若さも残っていますが、カラス一門を背負う天才忍者でもあり、忍者ガイデンシリーズにおける忍者の頂点、竜と肩を並べる次世代の町人たり得る人物としてデザインしています。そんなヤクモの前に立ちふさがるのは、荒れ果てた東京の治安維持組織であり、黒竜の封印を守る竜神島や現世に蔓延する人ならざる者
I'm looking forward to seeing
そしてもちろん
people who love
シ
the
リーズ
Ninja
おな
Gaiden
じみの
franchise
魔人
seeing
も
their
登
thoughts on
場
this
しま
because
す。
like it all looks cool to
ま
me,
た
but I
現
couldn't
時点
tell
で
you
は公開
what
していません
Ninja
が
Gaiden used to be.
新た
I
な
don't
キャラ
know.
クターや
I don't know
シリー
fuck
ズ
all
ファ
really
ンの
about
方
the
に喜んでい
previous
ただける
games,
人
so
物も登場しますの
not
で、
my area of
続報に
expertise.
ご
So
期待
whilst
く
it
だ
looks
さい。
cool to me, I have no idea if there's going to be
従来のシ
people
リ
who
ーズ
love
か
the
ら
franchise
バトル
going,
スピードをさらに
this
加速
is
させ
a betrayal
メイン
of
のコマンドのスピー
everything
ドで
the franchise
敵との攻防を
used to be
繰り広げる
or
ことができ
whatever.
ます
You know, I've got no idea. So I'm curious, but I can't imagine people will be
さら
upset with this.
に
It
ヤク
looks
モが使え
really
る
cool.
新要素、結節忍術ヌエの型を駆使したダイナミックな攻撃によって、これまでから大きく進化した一対他の戦闘を可能にしました。ヌエの型ではこれまでの忍者ガイデンにはない広範囲かつ
We do love
一
wide
撃
range
必殺の攻
instant
撃と
kill
なっており
attacks.
多勢に無勢の状態が長く続く戦況を一気に覆すことができます。もちろん1対1の戦闘における比率も健在です。プレイヤー同様、敵もガードや回避をしてくるため、緊張感のあるフェアな戦闘を味わうことができます。敵の動きをしっかりと捉えながら 一瞬の隙を逃さずに攻撃を仕掛けていくことが重要です。ヌエの方によって忍者ガイデンのアクションの味わいにさらなる進化を感じられるかと思います。
特にアクションに関しては手触り、バランス調整など細部にわたり日々議論させていただき、会社の垣根を越えた密なやり取りをさせていただいています。本作の主人公であるヤクモは竜とは一味違うアクションを有していますが、
Well, I don't really know.
しっかりと
I wouldn't know the
忍者ガイデンらしさを感じていただけると思います。例え
Well,
ば
I assume Ryu was the previous main
2つの
protagonist.
型があるという点
And
が
if he's in
ヤク
this
モの
game,
大
he's
きな特徴
probably
ですが、
playable, although
それら
they're
が持
not
つ
telling you
多彩
that.
な
But
性能のアクションを用いて
I would imagine you will have at
敵
least
や
one
状況を
like
取り使い分ける攻略の
chapter
深みや
where you're playing as
滅脚、
the
設備な
previous
どを絡め
protagonist.
た抑揚あるスピーディーな攻防などはもちろんヤクモでも健在です。
ヤクモと
It's
竜ハ
generally
ヤ
how
ブ
it
サは
goes.
それぞれがかなり異なる個性的な遊び心地になっていますので、さまざまな戦闘バリエーションを楽しむことができるようになっています。ヤクモ
I love that
そし
move.
て竜ハヤブサの双方で飛燕、伊豆直俊などシ
Oh
リー
wait,
ズおなじみ
did
のア
he
ク
just
シ
say
ョンも
both
駆使し
characters
つ
can use
つ
moves?
新ア
Wait,
クショ
did
ンを
they
織
say
り
that
交ぜ
he's
た
playable? Maybe I
新
just
しい
missed
忍者
that.
ガイデンにご期待ください。
I guess they just. I thought they were saying.
忍者ガイデンシリ
Oh, I
ーズに
see.
色
I
濃く
think
残っている
I thought they were
歯応え
saying
や
he
グレードの
plays
高いアク
differently
ショ
to
ン体
Ryu,
験
as
の
in
継承
like from
さらに
how
我々プラチ
he
ナゲ
played
ーム
in
ズ
the
の特徴
previous
である
games, but he was
スピー
saying
ディ
in
ーなア
this
クショ
game.
ン
Never
や
mind,
ダ
I
イナ
just
ミックな演
misunderstood.
出も取り入れ、進化した正当続編を作り上げるべく総力を挙げて開発を進めております。
容赦ない敵とのいかなる攻防にもフェアに戦える手触りをヤクモでも目指しています。皆様に進化した忍者ガイデンを触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
シリーズファンはもちろんのこと、忍者ガイデンを初めてプレイする方でも存分に楽しめる作品になっておりますので、ぜひ発売をお待ちください。
長年にわたってプラチナゲームズさんと共にまさに忍者のように潜んで忍者ガイデン4の開発を進めてきましたが、
Are they gonna give us
つ
a
いに
release
発
date?
表することができて
It looks
非常に
pretty far
嬉しく思いま
along,
す。2025年秋に
Fall
本
this
作を
year,
皆様
okay,
にお届けできるのを楽しみにしています。続報にもぜひご期待ください。
Good opening for this little direct here. Where are we going next then?
さて本日お伝えしたい発表はそれだけではありません。こちらをご覧ください。
Never mind, there is something more. Something else Ninja Gaiden related? A remaster of previous ones? Or a remake? Damn, that looks cool. Is it a remake? It can't be a remaster, it looks too good to be a remaster.
My path leads through the land of the dead.
And thus the sun sets on the Dragon Ninja bloodline.
Genshin, go back to hell.
All paths before me are cruel.
Have I been sleeping on Ninja Gaiden? This all looks dope. Ninja Gaiden Black.
忍者ガイデン2のオリジナル版は
Ninja Gaiden 2
2008年に Xbox360 で発売し、バイオレンスな表現とハイスピードなバトルを
They're
皆様に
remaking
お楽しみい
the
ただいた
second
作品
game,
で
but
す。
not the
本
first or
作忍者
third?
ガイデン2ブラックではオリジナル版の表現に立ち戻り、
What?
アンリアルエンジン5を用いてグラフィックを大幅に刷新、忍者ガイデン2の完全版として開発いたしました。綺麗なグラフィックでお楽しみいただけるのはもちろん、竜ハヤブサに加え、綾音、もみじ、レイチェルもプレイブルキャラ
That's
クター
weird.
として登場し
Why
ます。
would you remake the
そして
second
本
one
作は
of
本
three?
日コンソール、PC、そして Xbox
Oh,
ゲーム
that's
パ
a
スで
cool
この
shadow
後
drop.
すぐに発売となります。忍者ガイデンシリーズを長年応援いただいている皆様はもちろんのこと、本日忍者ガイデンを知っていただいた皆様も忍者ガイデン4の発売前
I'm
に
so
ぜひ
confused
本
why you.
作をお楽しみく
Maybe
ださい。
maybe 2 is just like the clear winner out of the first 3. Maybe everyone just loves 2
今
way
年は
more
チ
than
ー
the
ム忍者
others.
創
But
立30周年の節目であり、 本日発表させていただいた忍者
As
ガイ
someone
デン
who
4含め
would maybe want to
2025年
play
は忍
them,
者の
I
年
would feel
イヤー
it
オブ
just
ザ
seem
忍
weird
者
to
となりますぜひ
I
忍
don't
者
know.
ガイデンシリーズの
Whatever.
展開
It's
に
cool
ご
that
注
it
目くださ
exists,
い
I guess.
本日はありがとうございました
Where are we going next? Compulsion? Yeah. Now this is a game that I definitely still need to be sold on. It looks kind of cool, but then I'm also... The frame rate. That was the thing that was bugging me last time, wasn't it? The frame rate looks... like it's deliberate that it's framey, but it's not an artistic choice that I love.
Hi, and welcome to Compulsion Games here in Montreal, Canada. At our studio, we care about world building, and we treat the setting almost like a character of its own. From the magical noir of contrast to the alternate history of We Happy Few, we draw inspiration from the landscape to shape mood, drama, and intrigue. For South of Midnight, our third-person action-adventure game, the story and characters bring a folkloric Deep South to life.
Yeah, like, oh, I don't know,
This gave us a chance to
just her
explore
animation.
Southern Gothic themes with a
I
dark
don't know why they
fantasy
animated
twist.
her like that.
So while our protagonist Hazel is at the forefront of our story, it's the macabre elements and larger-than-life creatures that will leave a mark on her journey and growth.
I don't think I can play it. I actually don't think I can handle it. I think I'd be too annoyed by the frames.
Everything? Mama, this ain't my first hurricane.
It's fine in the cutscenes like this, but in the actual gameplay.
Flashlights and batteries.
Oh, shit, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
Wouldn't be rushed if you didn't.
Don't mumble. Speak on it.
I said we wouldn't be rushed if you didn't waste all that time at the shelter.
Now, you want to bring this up right now?
I'm just saying.
Hazel, please.
We might need some help. I might need some help. While you're out helping everybody else.
Hazel!
Hazel may start her journey as a typical 19-year-old, but disastrous events will push her into a darkly magical world where she'll learn who she really is and how to tap into weaving, an ancient magical power that redefines her trajectory in life.
The land itself chooses Hazel.
It's frustrating because it does look cool. It does look cool and interesting, but I just don't think I can get past it. So
and tap into
it is what it is.
reality, the grand tapestry. Weavers can see the fabric binding our world, connecting people, nature, and echoes of the past.
Keep those hands to yourself.
Hazel can perceive both the mystical strands and stigmas in the world. Through her newfound power, she reweaves these stigmas and mends the afflicted creatures she encounters.
As Hazel discovers her power, the world gradually shifts into the surreal, revealing that creatures from the old folktales actually exist.
You up here, my salvation.
Among them is good old Catfish, the storyteller who becomes both the guide and companion to Hazel across the game.
It ain't every day I hear about a new weaver such as yourself. Would you kindly do your weaver thing and help me down?
Meeting Catfish marks the true beginning of Hazel's journey.
That's a proper beard
All
there.
of Hazel's arsenal and powers are designed around textile crafting and traditional spinning wheels. Her weapons include a spindle,
Viking,
2 weaving hooks, and a distaff. Her magic abilities manifest with supernatural lace-like patterns, blending the traditional craft with mystical elements. Hazel engages with the world through a variety of movement abilities. Those abilities also help Hazel progress on her journey.
As her journey unfolds, Hazel will master new weaving abilities, using them to traverse the world, conjure objects, and confront adversaries.
Combat is about understanding and adapting to different enemy archetypes known as Aints, the manifestations of corruption Hazel encounters.
Very
These
creepy.
Aints trap Hazel in combat until she unravels them, destroying them in the process.
Each Aint has its own unique moveset, strengths, and weaknesses that you'll need to learn and adapt to. For example, the slug burrows on the ground and unleashes devastating strikes.
What's happening with
from
the
afar,
sound? The sound is getting a bit funky.
while the Ravager closes the
Whoa,
distance
sound moment.
with
Hello?
shifting speed. Hazel can counter these threats with agile melee abilities to execute powerful combos.
What is happening with the sound? Hang on.
And charge attacks.
Hang on. Okay, we fixed it. We back.
We back. With chilling speed. Hazel can counter these threats with agile melee abilities to execute powerful combos, jump attacks, and charge attacks. But close combat is risky and can backfire because Aints have powerful defensive abilities. Mastering your magical skills become the key to gaining
I like that
upper hand
animation.
in
That was
combat.
cool. The big
push, pull, and
leap
weave
and
are some of
thud.
the spells at your disposal that give you a tactical advantage during a fight. Timing is everything. Pull distant enemies close to start melee combos, push them back to interrupt and stun their attack. Then press the advantage with follow-up strikes. Spells interact uniquely with each enemy type, creating dynamic combat scenarios, especially when facing multiple types of opponents at the same time. Once near death, enemies can be unraveled, breaking their core and setting them free of their corruption, which has the added benefit of providing health boosts and reducing ability cooldowns. If you play your combos right, you can enhance Hazel's combat readiness and keep on chaining her abilities. As Hazel progresses in the game, she unlocks new moves and improved abilities, and you'll have to decide which areas to prioritize.
The currency
algorithms
being
will
called
change how you approach
floofs is a
combat,
choice.
like enhancing area of effect attacks, or refining push and pull skills to improve precision and make them feel more rewarding. The combat system is fast and responsive, built around chaining attacks, landing precise strikes, and unraveling enemies.
You mind if I take a look around? You can see every place old Molly terrorized and more. Now for the low, low price of $1.
In Hazel's search for her mother, you'll explore multiple regions, each ruled by a mythical creature with their own Southern Gothic history. You'll gradually uncover the backstories of these beings, once human or animal, who were transformed by tragedy, their secrets waiting to be discovered. As a weaver, Hazel heals these creatures by collecting fragments of haunted memories. We call these echoes, which reveal each creature's past. Hazel must experience these echoes before she can mend them.
What kind of person would do that to someone?
We design each region to reflect the creature that's been doomed to wander it. From the atmospheric environment to unique music themes composed for each one. While not all encounters lead to direct combat, Hazel will need to face mythical creatures in epic confrontation before she can heal them. Our boss encounters and gameplay sequences also reflects the uniqueness of each creature, with distinct mechanics that center around a specific thematic. These encounters feature multiple phases that ramp up in complexity. As the encounters progress, the musical theme builds up, cranking the tension alongside the fight. Whether it's Two-Toed Tom or hugging Molly, each of these larger-than-life creatures is inspired by Southern folklore and lead to climactic battles.
We got a long journey ahead.
South of Midnight unfolds as a hero's journey, and as Hazel, you'll travel through a tapestry of Southern-inspired landscapes. From abysmal swamps to flooded farmlands to the Appalachian peaks.
It is a really gorgeous looking game. I can't get past the framiness.
Moments away
I really wish that was not a choice they'd made.
And as
but,
Hazel delves deeper,
it is
reality
what it is.
bends ever more toward the fantastical.
I get distracted every time I see
landscape, and
it being
folklore
framey.
of the
It
American
just
Deep
takes me
South
out of it.
fill our world, and
I
our
can't
team has
concentrate what's
infused
going
the
on
game
because
with
my
thoughtful
brain is just
details
going,
and
"The
environmental
frames!"
storytelling, like our bottle trees and haint blue porches, which are said to ward off evil spirits. The weight of the past emerges as central themes, which you can see through old abandoned buildings and businesses struggling to survive. As you explore, you'll meet locals who stayed behind even in the face of a hurricane.
So I'm the last person left here. All those damn haints. This part of the river's filthy with them.
Artistically, we're staying true to our moody compulsion signature style. But this time, we're using a handcrafted approach inspired by stop-motion animation, which allows our team to bring a distinct personality and tone into every prop and character. Because this folklore is open to visual interpretation, We embrace the freedom to reimagine these creatures and their stories, to adapt how they look, and to craft our own version of a fantastical Deep South.
At Compulsion Games, we love to craft around central themes. We're lucky to have talent across all our disciplines that collaborate to give South of Midnight such a unique personality. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into South of Midnight. We're thrilled to announce that the game will launch on April 8th, and pre-orders are now available on Xbox and Steam.
Cool. So now, it's time for what I'm here for, most of all. Expedition 33. It's either this or Death Stranding 2 is my most anticipated of the year.
Bonjour everyone. We are Sunfall Interactive and welcome to our manor. We are a small studio based in Montpellier, France, working on our first game, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's a turn-based RPG set in a fantasy version of late 19th century Belle Epoque France.
Here we are.
Our
Please give us the release
game
date.
Development actually started as a solo passion project. I wanted to create something
solo
like
passion
the
project.
RPGs
Well,
with
that's
turn-based
certainly
combat I
fucking
grew up
expanded
with
since
and
then.
love, but that fully leverage the latest tech, refresh the genre with new features, and took place in a compelling world. I knew I needed help to realize my dream. First, I turned to a programmer I knew would get it.
Guillaume and I started trading ideas right away, and that quickly turned into trading files back and forth. Soon, I was creating the first prototypes of the reactive turn-based system, combining real-time offense and defense element, and a cinematic battle camera system. Things really clicked when we tested the first version of those features. We felt we had something both challenging and fun.
As Tom and I went back and forth and iterated on game elements, a vision started to come together, and I shared it with an old friend from university.
Guillaume and I are both passionate gamers, and when he described the project, I quit my job the following week and joined the team without hesitation.
That is,
because I believe that in video games,
that is a lot of belief
always
right there.
starts with a
Yeah, I'll just
strong
quit my fucking
creative
job.
vision.
No big,
And we
no
had
biggie.
that defined by 3 core elements. A story with great emotional depth, gameplay that innovates on the classics we love,
Give us some more Ben Starr.
and a world that is
in this
completely
trailer.
original.
I want to see just a little bit more Ben Starr. I love me some
We
Ben
founded
Starr.
Sunfall Interactive on these tenets. A group of friends with a shared vision and the drive to make something great.
This too is your legacy. Core to every great RPG is a compelling story.
True.
And Guillaume and I spent 4 years intensively developing and refining ours. And that started with the hook. 67 years ago, a massive slumbering paintress and a monolith appeared with no warning. Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith, and everyone who has passed that age is erased. Every year, that number ticks down, and everyone dies younger and younger.
That's crazy.
Expeditions depart to kill the paintress, determined to fight until their final breath, but none have ever returned. Our story follows Expedition 33.
Are they gonna have someone that's like
Expeditioners.
gonna turn 33
We
right near
honor
the
your
end of the game?
dedication.
Is there gonna be a 32-year-old main character
Guillaume and I knew early on that we
that
didn't want to
dies right near
focus
the
on
end
good
because they turn
versus evil.
33?
What's interesting to us are people who, yes, are flawed, but who care deeply about each other. And conflicts arise because they have different perspectives on what needs to be done.
I'm sorry about earlier.
We wanted our story to feel dark and mature, with adult characters who feel like real people with real experiences.
I'm always missing something that everyone else just...
I feel like I'm gonna love these
The heart
characters
of
so
the
much.
story is
Everything
about
I've seen about all
overcoming
of these
an
characters,
existential threat
I'm just
while
like, fuck
struggling
yeah.
with loss
I
and
can't wait to
grief.
get to know you.
And it's rooted in the characters' relationships, both to each other and to themselves.
What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do?
In a world like this, how does one stay hopeful or make peace with their fate? What duty do we owe to each other or to ourselves? These questions are deeply personal to me, and they permeate the story behind the story.
Know that Lumiere fights with you. Tomorrow comes Expedition 33.
The characters all have their own motivations and perspectives. Gustave and Lune are deeply invested in the expedition, even if they fight all the time. To them, the mission is tied not only to their family, it's central to their identity and purpose.
Protocol doesn't cover every contingency. You know that.
Contrast that with Ciel, whose darkest days have already happened.
What are the stars whispering to you? Actually, I'm the one whispering to them. It's something my dad and I used to do.
And Maëlle, who cares more about really living her life, not just living longer.
Gustave, are you real?
It's not all dark, though. Along the way, they meet various colorful NPCs and recruit Monoko, who is a friendly but kinda bloodthirsty philosopher and a fully playable character. He has a really cool
Wait, this guy's
mechanic
fully
where he can
playable?
turn into the enemies he defeats.
What are you doing?
Just need the foot. Aha!
He's very, very old.
Oh, I
and
love the
many
music.
expeditions come and go.
That was a good musical drop.
He is a Gestrol, which are a group of playful beings who view battle as a form of meditation. They're fun
Man,
and
this
sort
looks
of
so
really
cool.
You'll meet Monoko and many other Gestrals across the game.
Oh, I can't wait for this, man.
And of course, there is Esquier, who is one of the oldest and lore-wise the most powerful creatures in the verse.
Esquier is that powerful?
He will be your mount and help you travel to secret corners of the world.
Oh my god. Oh, this is
bring
peak.
him back his special stones, you can unlock abilities for him to access new areas of the world and find exciting secrets.
Oh, this is so peak.
But I'm not that strong.
Everyone has their own reason for joining the expedition, and each of them has their own story arc and resolution that we think players will really connect with.
Oh, yes, give us the date. Please give us the date. Please be soon.
In addition to a strong narrative,
It's
we
not
have
going
a
to be
clear
soon. If
vision
it is
for
this
our own
year,
take
it's
on
going
the
to be
genre's
like
core gameplay.
August or
Our
beyond, I'm
reactive
guessing.
turn-based
But
system takes the traditional turn-based battle mechanic
I
we
need
love
it.
and adds real-time reaction,
it looks so good.
which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism. During enemy turns, you can negate all damage by dodging or parrying at the right time.
Negating all damage is
Balancing
crazy,
turn-based with
and
real-time
it means the game
mechanics
must
took
be
a long
balanced
time to
around
get
that.
right. During initial
It means you
playtests,
need
turn-based
to be
players often
blocking
found the
and parrying
real-time
all
elements
damage,
too hard.
I think.
Some of us are still
Because if they give you
traumatized
that
by this from
ability,
back
but then they
then.
don't
We've
balance
done a lot
around
of
you
rebalancing
doing that
since,
consistently,
and with a lot of iteration,
then it's going to be
we
really
ultimately
easy for
came
the
up
people who are
with a
good at it.
formula that we're proud of.
And I don't
Players
think
who
they
are good at
balance it that
real-time
way.
can take
So I think
more
it must be
risks,
balanced
and
around you
others
needing
can
to hit those.
counterbalance with items and strategies. A big part of that formula lies in the many ways you can customize
Ooh,
your
hello,
character.
we haven't seen any of this before. We have not seen any of the
We
customization
spend
stuff.
a lot of time designing each character's unique mechanics and their custom skill trees. Our philosophy
Oh my
is
God,
making
I
every
can't
type
wait.
of playstyle viable so that everyone can have fun with how they play the game. Each character has a unique mechanic. Maëlle switches between stances which can ultimately boost defense or power. I personally like to make Maëlle the protector of the group, but I'm pretty much the only one at the studio who plays her that way. Most people play her as a glass cannon with Gustave's complementary skills. The characters can also equip
Holy
hundreds of passive
fuck, what am I
effects,
looking at?
which in our game are called Lumina.
What am I looking at?
Every character has more than 20 unique skills in their skill tree and hundreds of passive effects they can gain through Lumina and weapons. So there are a ton of builds and playstyle to explore. Needless to
looks
say,
so good.
we can't wait to see how you choose to play and what kinds of build you'll design that we probably never even imagined.
Our story is set in the French fantasy world, and I was really excited to design something unique. Every level has its own color and texture identity. For example, the Gestrol Village is an early area in the game where players can enjoy a fun break. We wanted something that feels chaotic, grungy, and toy-like. It's basically a bazaar. Everything's disorganized, chaos everywhere, huts are unsafe, built without much thought. It's a place where anyone could fight you at any point, which is pretty much what the Gestrols are like. The Gestural Village is hidden inside the ancient sanctuary. The ideas here were forest, labyrinth, and sentinels.
The
I
dudes
designed
on the
it as a
sides.
vibrant place, like an old graveyard of Gestrals, or forgotten wooden toys
This
in
is
a
so
box,
much more than I
with
thought we'd
two
be
main
getting, man.
colors, red and white. I wanted to make it feel cozy, hidden from danger, with traps and labyrinths in case enemies get in. Same process with the characters. Minoko came in a single concept.
This is so my
I thought of
vibe.
a monkey-like body, white fur with a black and red flat mask.
Ladies, could I?
Ow!
Definitely a Destro.
For Eske, we needed a cuddly companion to take us around the world. I thought instantly of a giant inflatable balloon and old Victorian pillows with many intricate motifs. We start with the core themes and ideas, and the visuals grow organically from there.
Why not?
From the very start of the project, there was one thing that we absolutely wanted to bring back from older JRPGs. A feature we really loved, but is very rare these days. A completely 3D and navigable world map. Yes, we've got a world map.
Yay! I don't
And
actually.
it was a real challenge to create,
I don't
both
feel
artistically
a great
and
affinity for
technically.
world maps because
And it
I wasn't
ended up
really
a lot bigger than
playing
we expected.
like
definitely need
RPGs like that
SKZ
when that was a
traveling
common
around.
thing, but it's cool that it
We're
exists.
super happy
for
with the
sure.
result, though, as there's a lot of side paths and entire hidden levels. If you want to fight the toughest bosses of the game, you will have to explore. Good luck.
We've poured our hearts and souls into this game for the past 4 years. That's why we're delighted to announce that Expedition 33 launches on April 24th on Xbox Series X and
Holy
S.
shit!
and is
April
available day
24th?
one
That is
with
so much
Xbox
sooner
Game
than I
Pass.
was expecting!
You can already wish the game and follow us for more info.
We are super excited to invite you into the world of Expedition 33. We are a small, passionate team, it's our debut game, and we can't wait for you to discover our story, our world, and our take on the turn-based genre. On behalf of everyone at Sunfall, thank you for joining us. Tomorrow comes.
That is literally
Demain
better than my
viendra.
best case hope.
Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
Oh my god, April 24th. I will be taking a week off from work for that one. Peak. And now we have Doom the Dark Ages, which is also going to be very cool. Expedition 33 is the one I'm most excited for, but I am looking forward to seeing this as well. And hearing how the music works without Mick Gordon.
Hello, and welcome to Dallas, Texas, home of id Software, where more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped define and set a course for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate as ever. And the most important values at the core of our games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect of this latest installment in the legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on its tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
So now, we're excited to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom the Dark Ages.
All right, give it to
me.
me.
Stupid, I mouthed the words.
So this is a prequel to the first two, right? I say first two like there
Doom
weren't
the
other
Dark
Dooms.
Ages, you
You know what I
feel
mean.
like the super weapon in the center of a medieval war against hell. Set in a cinematic sci-fi fantasy world full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016.
Yeah, okay.
And that's given us the
I was correct.
opportunity to reimagine
Good,
every
good. I'm not
aspect of this
completely losing the
experience.
plot.
So if you're new to the franchise, then Doom the Dark Ages will be the perfect entry point into the series. And if you're a longtime fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really a return to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat. In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom the Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank. heavy, strong, but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal. And a balance between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again, just like in the classic Doom games. But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom the Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw. Block. Throw. Parry. Deflect. All from one input. It's contextual, tons of depth on a single button press. You know, we want every Doom game to stand on its own as a unique experience. So in 2016,
it's contextual is interesting.
In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot. And in Doom the Dark Ages, you're gonna stand and fight.
Because, like, what if you want to throw the shield as someone else is shooting you? Does that mean you can't throw it because the game will just assume you want to block
and the shield
bullets?
Will give you the strength to go head to head with some of the biggest, baddest demons we've ever created it in. But that's not all. Because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with. How about an iron flail? Or
it does look like the combat is heavily based around the shield.
Mace. That's right, we have 3
like there's not been any gameplay where you don't have the shield. It's not like an optional weapon. It is the whole game is based around the shield.
And you can finish off the demons now with an all-new,
which automatically makes it a much slower paced thing.
Glory kill system,
which is interesting.
From any angle, in and out, as you see fit, and it feels amazing. You'll feel unstoppable, smashing your way through the horde with total freedom. And that seems like a ton, but that's just 2 inputs. We got one more really important button that we haven't talked about yet. The trigger. That's right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns, and Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created. Mean. Ancient. Brutal torture machines built to butcher, impale, and shred the minions of hell with.
They do be looking cool.
Only in Doom. That's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield. So
you know what does bug me? I still can't get my head around your health being blue. I feel like shields should be blue.
To form the new combat loop for
minor issue, but every time I see that health thing on the right and I see it's blue, my brain short circuits.
Under the hood, for the first time in an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune the speed and challenge of the game to whatever fits them best. You can slow things down or speed them up. It's a Doom for all Slayers.
And the gameplay doesn't end with just the Slayer. We finally have for you, you've been waiting for 2 games now, to get in and pilot your very own 30-story Atlas, which is a mech.
Shit.
It's the size of a building. It's powerful. And you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntleted fists. And if that wasn't enough, We also have
Oh
for
my
you your
God.
very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon.
That's very
Neither
cool.
of these are one-and-done features either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic. The power fantasy is unlike anything we've made it in. And the combat systems behind these features are deep and tons of fun. And as cool as all that is, we know that fans of single-player action games expect more than just great combat to pull them through the experience. So we're excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world of Doom: The Dark Ages. Your hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond. And through exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers every step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut, leap, and smash your way through environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new waiting to be discovered or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom: The Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction. Explore the medieval battlefield outside the castle walls, seeking out targets and enemy formations along the way.
Man.
Engage with as
Remember
you
when
see
those
fit.
enemies used to be
Any
like
gun you
a threat?
choose.
Bro just went and bashed him once and he was done. That's crazy.
Explore what is the largest play space ever in a Doom game, discovering secret caves and dungeon-like mines in search of vital resources.
That's interesting, because
You
that is
control the pace of
like
the
a
game.
way slower
Where
pace,
you go,
right? If you need to be exploring levels to find secret caves for
objectives you
puzzles
pursue.
and shit, like that is
Doom
a
sandbox
drastic
full of
slowdown
lore
of
and
pace
riches.
compared to
Once you've broken the enemy assault, head
2016
back to the
and
main
Eternals,
gates,
like
because the
fight
battle isn't over
all
yet.
the time.
And the soundtrack to your epic adventures will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding.
Not gonna lie, it's really weird for them to hype up
every
the sound
mission you
team
complete.
when we know that it's
And
id
speaking of that
that
legend,
was fucking over
the
Mick Gordon.
story of Doom: The
I don't know
Dark
if you've
Ages,
seen
like
the
everything else
posts
in the
between
game,
them, but they
is
both came out
big.
with their sides of the story.
It's a summer
And I, for
blockbuster
one, and
event
most
with
people,
everything on the
fully
line,
side with Mick
and
Gordon on
you
what happened
are
there.
the star of the show. Your
They
power
fucked him
is
over
coveted
so
by
hard,
your enemies,
and then tried to
withheld
lie
from your
about it.
allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and powerful new villains. And for returning players, it leads directly into the Doom 2016 Slayer's Testaments. It's an action story worthy of the Slayer's legend.
We've got 10 years.
It might have
of
been this
making
guy,
modern
actually,
Doom
on the
games
left.
together. And
It
we've
might have
done
been this
better
guy in
with
particular that
every
fucked
game
over
we've made.
Mick
The
Gordon. I
hope
can't
with
remember.
all this, the goal,
Was
is
it him?
to give players
I
an
don't want to slander
experience
this guy if it
that's
wasn't
as
him.
fun to play as it was to make.
But it just
And
popped
make
into my head that it
something
might have been.
That's good enough to become the best game id has ever made.
But that is for you to decide. When Doom: The Dark Ages releases,
Yeah, this got leaked a few days ago. May 15th. Man, that's crazy. April 24th, Expedition 33, into May 15th, Doom: The Dark Ages. And April 8th is South of Midnight as well, although I won't be playing that one, but that is like a fucking solid run. Is that it? Is that the end, or is there going to be a one more thing or anything? No, it looks like that's the end.
This is so like
You will feel like the super weapon in the center of a medieval war against
Okay,
hell.
I mean, they're just... You just said this. Are we just doing
All of
a...
Hazel's powers
Is
are
there going to be
designed
anything else, or is
around
this just an ending
crafting
montage?
and
There's
spinning
probably
wheels.
nothing else,
The
right?
combat
Because
system
they must
is
know that this will be
super
making
intense
people tune
and
out when they're just
unraveling
saying what they already said.
Our reactive turn-based system has real-time reaction, which gives combat greater intensity.
So yeah, I think that's it. Very cool stuff. I mean, I am actually over the moon with Expedition 33. They showed so much more than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting to see like the whole like skill tree systems and all that, like actual that kind of stuff. I didn't realize how much time they devote to it. I loved everything we saw from that. And then it is literally less than 3 months away. Incredible. Incredible. Cool. Good stuff. Good stuff, Microsoft. But hey, how about you stop laying off the devs that make these wonderful games, you know? How about that? You think that might be a good idea? I think maybe kicking all these people out of the industry, because the whole fucking industry is laying off everyone at the moment. Do you think maybe that a massive brain drain of talent on this unprecedented scale might not be the best idea for the future of the industry? Just a thought there. Just something for you to scratch your head over, Mr. Phil Spencer. But anyway, yes, good stuff. Good stuff by the devs. Shame that Microsoft is doing everything in their power to harm them. But hey, that's apparently the 2024-2025 that we've been living in. And 2023, actually. It's been a bad few years for devs. But they are managing to fight through and bring us peak content regardless. So hopefully they can manage to keep doing that. And yeah, that was good stuff. Very good stuff. I guess the next thing that is coming is going to be the reaction to the Switch 2 full reveal, probably. That's going to be... I didn't do a reaction to the trailer because it was just like, oh, 1 minute long. Here's the hardware. But Switch 2 does look cool. I'll just throw that little nugget of my feelings in here at the end of an Xbox showcase. Switch 2, gonna be buying it. Looking forward to it. But yeah, I'm sure the April the 2nd, was it? I think it was April the 2nd. Showcase on that will be good. We will be reacting to that, and hopefully they'll be showing off hardware. Hopefully they'll be showing off software, rather, like Mario Kart 9, which they just briefly teased, and I'm hoping for a new 3D Mario. That'd be very cool. We shall see. We shall see. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed watching these with me. Let me know which of these you are most excited for. You can rank them for me if you feel like it. I'm curious. For me, it's definitely obviously the Expedition 33 at the top, then Doom the Dark Ages second, I guess Ninja Gaiden 4 third, because I am actually potentially interested in playing that. And then South of Midnight last, just, it's just the animation thing, man. It's a shame, but yeah, it's not doing it for me. But yeah, that would be my ranking. Let me know yours. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time for whatever reaction, I guess the Switch one, is coming next. Thanks for watching. See you then.